Okay, so the next thing we're going to do is shade our letters so that they pop out and look really 3D. And you can do that in two different ways. So I'm going to show you the two different ways that you can do that. You might want to think about how you're going to design your background before you pick a color for your letters, because your background might give you more guidance on what colors you want to use on your letters. So take a moment and kind of think about what you want to do in the background. Remember, there's a ton of examples of name tags on this slideshow, or there's a ton of examples of my advanced students who have already done the 1-point perspective, so their name tag doesn't have to be in 1 point, but they do have to come up with a really creative background. And those are located above the two front doors that you walk in to class every day. So if you want to look at some of those on the ceiling, or sorry, on the wall, you can, just to get some ideas. Okay, so the two different ways that you can shade your letters is you need a light value, a medium value, and a dark value. So you can look at colors that are in the same range that have a light, medium, and dark, or you can shade with, this is an indigo. You can shade with an indigo or a Parma Violet, and then put the color that you want on top of all of it. So I'm gonna show you the first way, and then I'll show you the second way on another letter. So let me see, I'll try to zoom in here. I'll do both the L's. Okay, so I'm gonna say that the lightest area is coming from the front. My medium value is going to be on the side, and the top is going to be my darkest value. So these two are the tops. I'll start here. So top is the darkest value. As it starts to curve around, I'm going to lighten up on the pressure. You also want to make sure your Prismacolors, these are a little dull, are nice and sharp, because they will get into the pigment of the paper without pressing really hard. Okay, so my darkest value, my medium value is going to be on the sides. And since this letter dips in a little bit, I'm gonna just shade it just slightly in there. And then I'm saying that my lightest value is in the front. Now I have light, medium, dark. Okay, the other way you can do it is by putting a shadow color down and then putting a color on top. So I'm gonna say again that the top is my darkest area, side is my medium area, and the front is my lightest area. So a great shadow color that goes underneath your main color is indigo blue. It almost looks like a black color pencil. So if you can't find one, you might want to look at what you think is black and just check the name in the middle of the pencil. With color pencils also, you want to go in small circles so that you can't see your mark making. So there's my darkest area at the top there. Remember, it dips in, so I'm gonna get a little bit of a shadow in here. And this is the top as well, so that's gonna have a little shadow as well. Okay, so that's my darkest value, but that's gonna be with red on top. So everything is gonna get this poppy red on top. So there's my dark value. This Parma Violet, it's like a light purple. It makes for a great medium value. So now I'm going to add the Parma Violet on the side of my letter. There we go. And so now watch what happens. When I put it on top, whoops, did I move my camera? Oh gosh, it's really blurry. Let me scroll out a little bit. Okay, when I coat it on top, now it will turn into a dark poppy red, a medium poppy red, and then I can put just the poppy red on the front, and that'll be my lightest value. And I'll add a picture of this on the next slide just so you can see the two different letters. Okay, so we have dark, medium, and then now I can use my poppy red on the front, and that will show up as my light value. And then finally, even with your light, medium, and dark values, you might want to outline just so it pops out a little bit more. So I like to outline my letters. Oops. So they show up nice and crisp. And you can do all different color letters as long as they each have 3 values, or you can choose to do the same color throughout your whole name tag. I just wanted to show you 2 different ways to shade with light, medium, and dark. All right, have fun.